peace. I think I want to adjust that just a little bit. Is it still saying peace, peace, and peace? I'm gonna keep saying peace because you know what I'm saying. It's taking a minute. Um, what's up, girlfriend? Hey, you know I'm coming on here to talk about some stuff. Um, I guess that page said,
Right. That's something good though.
Which one is that?
Well, one of them is.
Hmm. Bear with us.
Oh, that's the one that is live. The rest of them not.
Um.
Okay.
Oh, so like mine aren't.
I guess. Hmm.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Right.
You
We
know.
are.
We
So
are.
just one of them not. That's all.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. I guess that's gonna work out for us. You know. Good afternoon. Good evening. It's about 2 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Our time, Eastern Standard. You know. Good night. You know, I don't know what part of the world and or country, you know, whatever you're from. Um, so I want to make sure that I am addressing everyone.
Because at the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit, we got friends all over the world. Wait.
I was supposed to say
Nah,
where?
no, because
Yeah.
that's it. At the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit, we got friends all over the multiverse. So you know we got them all over the world.
Ashe.
There we
Ashe.
go.
So I just want to first and foremost say that it is good to see you all.
Hey, what's popping? What's really good?
And it is good to be seen by you all.
Hey, what's popping?
You know what I'm saying?
What's really good?
For those that are old and for those that are new, I would like to introduce myself.
Let me reintroduce myself.
My name is Tati.
Hey, T to the AT.
You know, my name is Tatiana, and I like to be addressed as Tatiana unless I ask you otherwise. You know, Tati is reserved for, you know, my close friends and family. But when I introduce myself as Tatiana, and that's how I like to be addressed. A lot of y'all know or remember me as Ifeishe, and yeah, she's very much still present in spirit, and that's about it.
That was the last season.
That was it. Okay.
It's a new season.
Yeah, we're on to something bigger and better.
I'm Sincere 7.
Oh, that is who you are. Who are you?
Sincere 7.
Oh, how long you been?
Shit, forever.
See what I'm saying?
But you know, I think I took that name up about 18 years ago. No, maybe about 18. Yeah, about 18 years now.
18 years.
You know, about 18 years now.
Shay, that's a beautiful a name that you have there.
Thank you. Yeah, I earned it.
You earned it?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I think it represents you very well. You pretty much seem very sincere to me.
I get thanks.
You know, I don't peace. I don't know how. Well, yes, I do. I was about to lie.
A man's greatest judgment is the mother of his children. So I give thanks for that.
Yeah, about that.
I mean, like you could check in with any of the mother of my children. I think I'm gonna get a good report.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about some you know old shit that I turned into some new shit that I turned into some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm listening. Shit.
I ain't never said nothing behind your back that I can't say to your face, baby.
You
know, times have changed. Like I was saying, it's good to be here. I am sitting by the side of someone that I love and adore. and appreciate so very much um, for his understanding, patience, kind and genuine heart, and his integrity. He really cool as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like he a cool ass nigga. And I always say whatever I've said um, publicly that has been in a negative light, I can always come back and say the same thing positively publicly as well because that's just who the fuck I am.
Hmm.
I'm a real ass give a fuck about a nigga. But I am here because I just really wanted to say that I came back stepping into a role of purpose and understanding and excitement
Yeah.
and readiness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, boy.
And with that being said, I had always known what I was able to do and offer for what we have as our foundation in our household as well as our businesses. And I started understanding how those two reflect in the same light, you know, and if your household is crazy unorganized without structure, you know, then your business is going to be the same way, whether it's your personal business or you working for someone else. You know, the lack of organization that you have in your household reflects in your everyday life.
As above, so below, the
And
law of correspondence.
there you have it. So, with that being said, I started understanding like, all right, well, I need to change a few things. And he's had so many different accolades and accomplishments. It was like, I see so much bigger and better, you know, for him. And he has the desire to reach these things and the vision for himself. But as far as like going after it and believing it in the manner that I do, we see things differently.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And I took a chance to be like, you know what? He trusts me for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And he's allowing me to have a level of control for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So let me just try to honor that. Let me try to see what it is that he see, and I'm gonna show the fuck out then. You know what I'm saying? Because I gotta be popping, and I am. You know what I'm saying?
And while you were seeing that in one faucet of life, I was seeing it in another faucet and saying, okay, well, if she got to see something, she thinking like that, so maybe I should go ahead. And I, in the business realm, was
Yes.
like, hey, that's funny how you explain it. I'm seeing it like, oh shit,
Yeah, we had
yin
to
and yang,
reverse
baby.
roles.
Yep.
So that's the thing about, you know, being in a relationship, understanding the dynamics of the relationship and understanding what character to play at what time. You know what I'm saying? And so he's been doing speaking engagements since he started doing Cambo. And now if he's done any speaking engagements before then, that's not none of my business because I'm sure that was a lot of open mic stuff. You know what I'm saying? I know he did a lot of the cushion coffees on the radio, you know, so I know he has some things, but I'm talking about publicly in front of audiences as far as I know. When he started doing Campbell, he started holding different lectures. And so I was like, well, let's step it up a notch. You know what I'm saying? And I came across a conference and I was like, well, shit, you already done spoke at the psychedelic conference of Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like you've already done the one in Miami. You've done the one in Detroit a couple times. The one in Miami. You spoke on so many different podcasts. You've hit the newspaper. You've hit the National Geographic. It's like, all right. Well, all of these things were produced and put forth by, you know, connections of knowing someone or, you know, being a part of a community or whatever, um, different leads. I wanted to touch and do some shit that didn't have nothing to do with nobody else, but just simply off of rebranding and restructuring who and what we are, giving people a new idea of us, not allowing the old structures to hold us because that's no more.
Mhm.
We don't live there no more, so we trying to get y'all to stop living there. But if y'all want to keep staying there, that's cool. You just won't be able to tune into the channel because you don't have premium cable,
Mhm.
right? So I was like, all right, this conference is going on, and Lamar Odom go be speaking at this conference. So we was just talking one day, and I was like, yo, babe, why don't you just speak at this conference in Vegas or whatever? He was like, what is it about? I was like, I don't know, do it matter? I was like, it's a psychedelic conference or whatever. He was like, man, I don't really talk about you can go wash your hands. Psychedelics. And I was like,
Hold up. That's not exactly what I said. You know what I'm
oh,
saying? It's not that I don't talk about psychedelics. It's that so many people right now are talking about psychedelics.
right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so me having a foundation in this community with them already, with
Yeah.
me having the experience, with me having all of the things that I've did, that I've added on to, who I've been students of, who
Mm-hmm.
I've been teachers to, all of that. I found myself feeling just some type of ways about certain things and how they was being spoken about, how they was being approached, and I didn't want to become one of those elders, quote unquote, who just has an issue with the way that new generations are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to, instead of going against the grain, I wanted to fall back and be quiet about psychedelics and
Mm-hmm.
just listen to other people
Ashe.
and what they're delivering and what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So instead of being a, oh, no, that's not the way you do it, more of a, oh, tell me more about how y'all do it in your
Mm-hmm.
generation.
Mm-hmm.
But if anybody, I kept myself open to, like, if anybody is looking for our generation,
Mm-hmm.
our teachers, our structures, I have that knowledge available. If they know who I am and where I come from, they can request that and then it'll
Right.
be wanted. So, in my maturity, I'm finding more ways to approach different things. So
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be more quiet
Mm-hmm.
about
Mm-hmm.
psychedelics because there's enough people talking about them,
Yeah.
and speak about what people are not talking about.
Ashe.
And that's the healing through the animal kingdoms and the different sacred venoms that are available. But I just wanted to make that clear.
Okay.
I do talk about psychedelics though.
Ashe,
Matter of
you
fact,
do
I'm
because you
teaching the
taught a
whole course.
class.
I was
Right,
about to
right,
say,
right. Okay, I was
when they
sitting
know
there.
who I am and be like, hey, can you talk? Oh, I talk.
You know,
But I shut the fuck up too and let everybody else talk. Okay, my bad. I was just saying.
So that was an opportunity that I was like, let's just do it. Let's see what happened. I was like, because everybody wasn't talking about psychedelics. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, let's just see. So I submitted um his portfolio, and I told him that he was going to be talking about healing with the kingdoms. You know what I'm saying? No. And so they were like, okay. So they accepted him. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, bet, and I booked the flight, I booked the hotel, and I was like, okay, now you have to prepare or whatever. He like, how much time I get, whatever. Listen, I had no information.
Right.
I didn't know anything at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't care that I didn't know. It was just kind of one of those things. Like, this is what the fuck we're doing, and I'll figure it out on the way. So I started
So I want to
communicating.
talk some shit real quick about something you said real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
And it's like, this ain't got nothing to do with nothing. But something different that you said that you've never said on a live before. Because we've been on live before.
Oh, what's that?
I booked the hotel room.
Oh, yes.
Why? I think it's important to describe why out of all times
Oh, my
did we
God.
actually get a hotel room this time as compared to everywhere else. And the answer to that is because we were where?
Vegas.
There it is. You know what I mean?
We going to Vegas. There's no way in the motherfucking world that I'm going to Vegas and I'm booking an Airbnb. You know what I'm saying? For our first time, we want to be in action. We want to be
On
in
the
the
strip.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and because this wasn't just a business trip, we were gonna have plenty of time for personal things as well. So it was like I wanted to take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? Make it easy, and it was close enough to the convention center where we were going. So it worked out perfectly. You know what I'm saying? So, I book all of this stuff or whatever, and I start communicating with the people or whatever. We get everything situated. So I'm like, all right, we go early, the day of the convention and all of this or whatever. And it just, that convention and seeing the people that we met and getting an understanding of the community that we are actually a part of really, really sparked something in me.
Oh, look, let me pop my collar. Let me pop my collar. So they had your boy as the last lecture.
Oh, yeah.
Before the keynote speaker.
Yes.
You feel me?
Yes.
So it was like I'm
yes.
doing my talk and the crowd just gets thick.
Yes.
It was like everybody in the building was in there because next up is Lamar Odom.
Yes.
However, right now I'm here. So I took full advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? And I moved the crowd. Let me just tell y'all, I did my fizzle in that spot. I moved the crowd. You know what I'm saying? And they had to wait for me to finish so that the boy Lamar and what's my man name? Peppy?
Zappy.
Zappy.
Yeah,
there we
Zappy.
go.
His name was
Zappy. He was a cool dude.
Yeah.
And the other chick who was interviewing. So yeah, it was a dope situation there. I just wanted to pop my collar real quick. Like, yeah, I was because when it's like they got a speaker or a main event, then they fill it in with people coming up too, and it's like, all right, you want to get that crowd going more and more until we get to there, So I felt like that was a dope thing that I was like the last one before the boy came on.
That was, and everybody spoke about how that was the best lecture out of all of the times that they had been there, and it was a 3-day convention.
Yeah.
So they've had an opportunity to listen to multiple people because it was 4 rooms that were actively going from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. was when the last one is. And they also had live demonstrations as well. You know what I'm saying? So this was a very active and social environment for people to be able to do so many other things because, there are vendors there. They have vendors that are there that are actually doing demonstrations, and all kind of things. So it was
shout out to psychedelic conventions.
Yeah, Psycon was cool. It was really cool. Great opportunity for us to be able to experience that, and it really sparked me to having an understanding of what we needed to do. You know what I'm saying? And it sparked him to be like, all right, well, let's put this together in a way that this is easy for people to access it. And I think that's been our biggest thing is not having a funnel to direct things. And it comes to a place where it's like, all right, well, how do we change the foundation and structure of our own lives, right? And it came to a point where it was like, well, everything that you have to offer, use it. Literally, everything that you have to offer, use it. And then come back and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, okay, well, no, stop. I see why I got these certain certifications. I see why I've applied myself to, these different modalities and learnings about life and transforming and transmuting energy, because it was gonna come a time where I was gonna have to learn how to use that shit for myself, so that then I can tell people how to do it for themselves, because there aren't a lot of guides or elders in our community, and instead of continuously looking for someone that is older than us, that looks wiser than us, it's time to look at the people that are surrounding us, that are actually giving the information, you know what I'm saying, and showing through the experiences that's being had, you know what I'm saying, so that people have to understand that this is the new era of the elders. You know what I'm saying? We are the living proof of how to get through, go through these different life experiences and come out on top. You know, and it's about application and accountability. And he told me the other day, he was like, accountability is to count something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you counting? And I was like, oh shit, like that's a hell of a way to break it down, you know, because what am I counting? What am I trying to be accountable for? How am I using the mathematical laws to manifest the life that I desire? Right? Because that's what it boils down to. Using math and science seems to be the alchemical laws to follow when manifesting, right? But we ain't gonna get too far off into that. I was just trying to give y'all an introduction of, you know, where we.
Should we go into that?
No, no, no. We could go into that at a different time, right?
Okay.
I was just trying to give them an understanding of where we are right now before I let them know
Gotcha. Okay.
where we came from. You know what I'm saying? Because this, you said this is what is this one? Babe, what season is this?
This is season 1.
Oh, this season one?
Of volume 2.
Of volume 2. Oh,
Yeah. This season 1 of volume 2.
this is season 1 of volume 2,
But
right?
of the whole series, this would be season 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
This season 4.
So did right. Where we are now is at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
We are literally
This the season premiere.
we're literally at square one.
Yeah.
You know, and having an understanding of how we operate in life and how that has manifested our reality, and understanding how to properly use and guide that energy from
For
here
our
on out.
success.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's like one thing to have the information and it's another thing to apply it, right?
Knowledge and wisdom.
Right. And so when we're applying the information, we're going through these different modalities and releasing these different energies, and then understanding like, oh,
that's why
this is why, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, all right, well now when I'm guiding my client, or I'm having a moment in one of my classes, then I'm able to move through this energy with a better knowing, because I can give an example of what should be expected or what should be done when moving through different experiences.
Mm-hmm. Or even why some things need to be done.
Right.
And you're moving through the realm of knowledge and wisdom and understanding. Not just knowing, but actually lived it out. Mm-hmm. Understand. You know. Again, back to that mathematical formula, back to the foundation and basis of it all.
Right. So yeah, we've come from a space where, and this is so funny, I didn't know how soon this would come up or whatever, but we were talking about like coming back into the public, and if this was something that we desired to do, and if so, how are we going to approach it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what were we going to do differently if we were going to do anything at all? You know what I'm saying? And both of us for a minute, we was just like, shit, we ain't about to say shit, we ain't about to do shit. It ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we good with how things are flowing and rolling right now. We'll see, you know. And it's like, it's not a secret, you know, right? But it's sacred. And understanding that, like, for the last 3 years, we've openly shared our personal lives and allow people to see the inside and outs of how to maneuver through a relationship successfully, regardless if that's how you view it or not. Because if you see people who are
not just move through a relationship,
mm-hmm.
how to navigate life
Not, okay.
in a successful manner.
Yes.
Because see, that's really what it's more of a because of the role that we hold in the community.
Mm-hmm.
We hold people's secrets.
Mm-hmm.
We hold their illnesses. We hold their diseases. We hold all of these different things about them. We have access to their business.
Right.
And so it's only right to give them access to ours,
Mm-hmm.
so that they can ensure and be comfortable with the people that they know that they are allowing to be right. Like, hold on, like how you deal with your shit.
Right.
And if you do deal with that, why you deal with that?
Yes.
And I should be able to understand that, like, because this is what you do, right? So what do you do when it happens to you? What do you do when you go through it?
Yes.
What do you do, right?
Yes.
So it's more of that.
Yes.
It's like, if we gonna be the individuals that people seek out when they are in times of needing to change their environments, their lives,
Mm-hmm.
their whatever it be, then they need to have access to see and live in color how we, deal with our own. Oh, okay, well, you giving me this counseling on how to deal with relationships with my girl, and I'm watching you on videos and you done beat your girl up. Like, how do you deal with it when you get disrespect? How do you deal when you feel like, how do you know what I'm saying? All of these different things. Okay, well, right, same thing. As a woman, when you feel like you've been slighted, how do you deal with it? How do y'all, okay, well, how do y'all, so it's more of just how to live, as an example, like, right? Because it takes a village, as they say, right? So, because I always speak about how I'm a village individual and how we all are responsible for each other and what everybody's going through. That's why a lot of times you'll hear in society the women saying, "Oh, black men, y'all not protecting us." You know what I'm saying? As men, we be like, "Shit, I do, because this happened, because that happened." Well, let that ring through the community. Mm-hmm. Let those things, you know what I'm saying? Which is why I tell people, don't be shaming people for videotaping and presenting good deeds that they do in public, helping somebody out and doing it. Nah, don't. Oh, do it, and you ain't got to tell nobody. No, all the stupidest shit that is posted. No, let people speak about that. Let that be an example. Let that be shown and proven that there are people who are approaching different things in different manners. How do you become an example for the community if we're not allowed to speak on the positive ways to think, maneuver, act on, all of that? My bad. I know I took it a little bit deep, but
no, that was good, but I was just saying that the manner in which it was shared needs to be directed in a different way. I still think that we fully should be able to share everything with the community, but there needs to be a different and a set intention on how we go about sharing the information. You know what I'm saying? It should be coming from the place of resolvement rather than the place of action. Okay. Like, nah, nigga, don't jump out on the field and start talking about it while we mid-war, baby.
And more preventive maintenance checks and services as opposed to healing.
Yeah.
Like, how do we, maneuver through these different situations so, as their issues, so that they don't become problems?
Yeah.
What kind of tools do we have for individuals trying to maneuver through those processes? And, what type of programs do we have to assist, people in being aware and how to incorporate these different frames of thought, and like not just something that you talk about, but how do you actually incorporate this into your life, so where it's like a second nature, so when these things come about, like a martial art.
Yeah.
It's really emotional martial arts. You know what I'm saying? We got physical martial art, you got emotional martial art, and you got physical martial art. Incorporating a little bit more of those practices, and how do you incorporate them? You know what I'm saying? How do you wax on, wax off? Like that, son. so that when that motherfucking right hook come, you automatically just paint the fence down, paint the fence up, rather. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. For that one, you want to paint the fence up, y'all. Just FYI.
Hold on, because I have a terrorist on the loose at the moment. Okay.
See, this why I'm messing with chicks with kids. See?
Don't you touch it. No, that's not yours.
That's why I'm like, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
She got kids now, yeah. I don't know if I need to be messing with her.
Anyway, so
look at her. Oh, they all over the place.
When we are talking about this, I was really gonna, you're done. Okay. I was really going to talk about the tools to use to be able to navigate through such an experience, and then I got a little distracted by my baby being herself or whatever, and so I lost my train of thought. But having the tools, it was such a good one too. You came and you started talking about all this other stuff, and it was like, wait a minute, okay. So tell me the baseline. Tell me what we was, what it was about.
You talk what was about?
What we was just talking about just now.
Oh no, no, you was on point where you was going. You know, I'm microdosed up.
No, but I'm saying, just tell me what we was just talking about. What was it? That's what I'm saying. Like, what
you said you were talking about the different things that we have, because we were talking about basically restructuring, reprogramming.
Oh no, the relationship part is the part that I was talking about. And having the understanding of the tools to use, right? Okay. To navigate through different situations, right? And one of the main things that I want to talk about is having an understanding of self. And I think that a lot of people get stuck in this, I'm on a healing journey, and then I've healed, and now because I've healed, I'm better than, instead of having the and I think that's a part of being in that triangle space of the oppression trap triangle, because you're not looking at it as I'm healed, I've grown, and I've come to a place of understanding, and whoever or whatever this experience has been has the opportunity to heal and grow and change and develop into something else as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead we're constantly just saying like, oh, I'm in this better space or whatever, but this motherfucker that never changed and this or that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, yeah, it's like, no, let's come from a space of understanding and realization that when you heal, you give space to a situation and experience to heal as well. And true healing come with that understanding and giving that space for that energy to be able to express itself, instead of allowing it to be trapped in that trauma space of being like every experience is going to be the same. So it's like you have to kind of reprogram yourself to understand that, like, nah, it'll be different because I'm different. So my vibration is not accepting this any longer.
I think at this point with the individual is where it's important to bring into the mindset of the 4 N's: intake, intentions, in space, integration, right? And keeping in mind that repeats on through life. Okay. No matter what you're going through. Right. Like, even after you go through an experience that you went through, something that you were trying to do, trying to achieve, trying to accomplish. All right, now you integrate that. Now you do an intake process. All right, what's next? Right. All right, what do I need to do now? I took care of, my health. Now, how do I improve my relationship? Okay, I got my health down. I got my relationship right. Now let me do an integration. Oh, I need to get my money right. I need to get my business and my finances right. And then you go through what? Intentions. Okay, well, how do I get my money and my finances right? I need to take accountability. I need to improve the improve the income. I need to appreciate the outcomes and record them. You know what I'm saying? Boom, right? And then after that, all right, integrate that. How do I integrate that into my life where it's a continual thing and where it's like a second nature to me where I can just utilize everything that I just focused on. And then after that, you do another intake. Now you have it in intention. Then you go into space, achieve, and you integrate. Yeah, you want to go wash your hands? All right, come on, let's go wash your hands. Go upstairs. So that four ends process is important because it's like, all right, I went through my health, and my healing stage. Mm-hmm. All right, well now time for character growth and development stage. Mm-hmm. Okay, I went through that. All right, now time for a spiritual stage. You know what I mean? Right. So this is where the four ends process is always important and always kept in mind, and that's part of these processes we're talking about.
And that also gives an understanding of what rites of passages are. You know what I'm saying? Because in order for you to even enter in certain elements of what we're talking about, you have to have a certain level of understanding and experience so that you can know what the purpose of your intention is, right? So understanding maybe what the root cause of your emotions are, or your triggers are, or the way that you're going to produce yourself into the world, understanding who and what you need to be or whatever, understanding who and what you are, what your purpose is, to be able to move through these different pathways is what we'll call them, right? Pathways and understandings, right? And so I think that the biggest part of having that understanding is who is this? The self-discovery path. I guess that's what we'll call it. The self-discovery path of the human design, the gene keys, the astrology, the numerology.
Oh yeah, the knowledge of self. The knowledge of self curriculum. Yes.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that one.
Oh yeah, I thought you said the discovery package. Oh, are you talking about education or experience? My bad. I'm sorry. I'm coming in all left. My bad. I heard you say,
I was really just talking about how you have to, because we talked about different pathways, and I'm like, these are rites of passages you have to be able to get into these different levels. And
got you.
I was just saying how yes, like having a better understanding of yourself through these different things will give you a better understanding of how to move through with the tools that you'll gain from the experiences of what you've had or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I was kind of going from a space of to get here you have to go there. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like to get to understanding of what character growth and development is, you have to get through healing. You know what I'm saying? What am I healing from? What am I healing for? You know what I'm saying? What is healing? You know what I'm saying? Why do I need it? Right.
Is this character? Is this spiritual?
And so just giving those awareness and understanding that these are all different pathways that you have to be understanding of. It's certain questions that you have to ask yourself to prepare yourself to go through these different journeys. It can't be one-sided. It can't be
avoided.
Yeah, avoided. It can't be judgmental. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna have to offer space of patience and grace, to be able to maneuver through these different energies of what's going to be exposed once you start traveling through this shit. So yeah, so since we've come to a space of understanding how to communicate effectively the experiences that we have, the different issues that arise, allows us to be able to navigate through the life experiences that we face as well, and it assists us with being better representatives for our clients, because it's requiring us to step up in a different way, study a little bit harder, go dive a little bit deeper into self, all of those things. Don't do that no more. So yeah, I was going to direct that into going from having the experience of being a speaker in Vegas and being there for 5 days and experiencing what a lot of people consider a good time, and really, really just understanding the vibration that we are in versus the reality that is sometimes around us, and understanding how to move through all these different energy chambers, right? So that's prepared us to be like, all right, well, guess what? He'll be in Texas next week for, or no, wait, in a couple days. In a couple days for about 10 days. And this is going to allow for more growth and development for him, as well as the opportunity for him to speak and hold ceremony. Now, these are things that you've done before.
Yep, I think this might be my sixth time at the Condor Coach training, I think.
And so, how many times have you done ceremony? Every time that you went, or
while I'm there?
Yeah.
I think every time.
Every time.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you've had 6 opportunities to go in and get some I'll say spiritual retreat, because I think this is the healing container for healers.
Yes.
So you get an opportunity to go there and restore.
Shout out to the Condor approach.
Ashe. And restore yourself and your energy, and then turn around and immediately be of service to a community of people that are given an opportunity to have understanding of higher forms of alternative healing, is what we'll say, right?
Because after the Condor approach, I also will be featured doing a lecture for the Psychedelic Society of Austin, Texas, or the Psychedelic Society of Texas Austin chapter. So shout out to them as well.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because I'm gonna go to Condor, I'm gonna do that for 3 days.
Right.
After that's over, the Psychedelic Society of Austin, Texas is featuring me in a lecture. So I'll be doing a lecture out there. And then after that, I'll be doing medicine work for Austin, Texas.
And we keep talking about how busy the schedule is, because it is showing and proving how we've had to structure ourselves and our surroundings to be able to support these things, which means that we've been planning.
Yeah.
We've been planning, and we've been using different protocols to assist us with guiding ourselves through these personal journeys that we've been having. And so I forgot to tell you, go ahead, baby, about the university that he had the opportunity to teach at. And after he taught at that university, they extended a offer for him to do a short-term class, which I'm sure is going to end up turning into some more long-term things between him and this university.
Shout out to the Spiritual Ascension University.
Ashe. Yeah, beautiful.
They're dope. Check them out, y'all.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. And all of these things have been guidance and structure on showing us what direction we're supposed to be going in, and how we should be presenting ourselves and our energy to the collective moving forward. And so that's what we're doing now, showing y'all the raw footage of how we are recreating and rebranding and rebuilding a family and a business and a lifestyle.
And why and
yes.
when.
Yes.
Right?
And a community.
Right.
Yes.
You're seeing it. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those things where, where they'll show like those movies that show the beginning of McDonald's and how it came about in the back offices and the back meetings, and how they went from one burger stand to many, or how Microsoft or Apple, same thing. You know what I'm saying? You're just actually living and seeing what's going on here at the Psycho Night Academy of Detroit and the additional things that we're putting together, such as the House of Genesis, and how these stages of growth and development go. And see, and that's another thing that we're talking about is how when people talk about growth and development, and when people talk about structure and change and improvement and alchemy and betterment, you know, a lot of time, most of the time, what's left out is how do you actually operate within these changes. Like they talk about these basketball players that come right out of high school and going to the NBA. That sounds good as a concept, but what kind of preparation do you go into? What type of financial teachings are they walking you through? What type of health and insurance are they walking you through? What type of preparation for marriage and relationships are they walking you through? What type of, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about procedures and protocols. We're talking about procedures and protocols. We're talking about rituals. We're talking about, see, these are all the things that we present and talk about, you know what I'm saying, on our platforms, because these are the things that are not represented in our community as a culture. Everybody's talking about how to get ahead, how to become financial, how to become socially interactive, how to become an influencer, how to be, how about how to actually handle your life when that starts to happen? When you start to get recognition, when you start to get finances, when you start to get all of these different changes that's taking place. How do you maintain
a lifestyle?
How do you create that?
Yeah.
How do you implement and literally use your own magic to influence? How do you do all of these things? How do you maintain them? How do you use this? What are the codes repeatedly? You know what I'm saying? Y'all say y'all be wanting to know the secrets.
Yeah.
Do y'all really?
Yeah. So one thing that
my bad. I be in.
No, you're good. This is great. One thing that I wanted to do is, we was having a conversation one day or whatever, and I was like, babe, like, yo, like, I need some structure or whatever. And then I had a conversation with one of my girlfriends, and I was like, girl, I was like, I was like, ever since I found spirituality, I was like, I lost like structure. You know what I'm saying? It was like my goals and the way that I went after things completely changed, and it went out the window. And I'm like, and that's what religious structures provide. They provide a structure and a foundation for people to follow, for them to manifest their lives. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's a certain level of control. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, once you get self-awareness, then for me it was like I just became free. Like, oh fuck, I could do whatever I want, I could do this or whatever, and I'm gonna get money however, whatever. And it was like, yeah, but if you're not putting any structure to how you're getting money and what you're going to use the money for, then it's going to manifest very raggedy. It's going to be very up and down and misplaced, because you're not giving it proper guidance and where you're going to be funneling this to. Okay, what is this for? No matter if it's for fun or leisure or business or whatever, giving a direction to what the fuck you're doing, and then doing the work behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and having understanding that rest and relaxation comes after you do the fucking work. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I've been seeing a lot of people where it's like, oh, you have to rest and you have to relax and you have to feel good about that. Yes, absolutely, you do. But what have you done to deserve that? And that was something that he's like showing me, like, we be rewarding ourselves before we even do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's do some shit and then we can reward ourselves. And that way we'll feel better about it, because then we're constantly on the grind to do some shit. You know what I'm saying? So that we can constantly be rewarded.
And let me just tap in and remember where you was at. But this is something that we're going to do, more talks about, because we're talking about a whole bunch of stuff right now.
Yeah.
But one of them that we definitely going to tap into is that how now, as in a sovereign people, we are finding our spirituality again.
Yes.
And religion replaced spirituality. And what's happening now is spirituality is coming back. but some of the teachings and the foundations of spirituality are being lost. And so what we're finding a people who are powerfully spiritual but lack self-discipline.
Mm-hmm.
And understand that when religion replaced spirituality, that means religion replaced ritual.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're going back from religion to spiritual, then there are rituals that need to be taking place.
Mm-hmm.
And so, when a lot of what we're talking about is this right here. This is why some people are not financially successful,
Mm-hmm.
why they're not successful within their relationships, why they're not successful within, you know what I'm saying, their health and their growth and development,
Mm-hmm.
is because of the lack of accountability, because of the lack of structure, because of the lack of certain rituals
Mm-hmm.
that should be taking place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're here to usher in the old. I'll be saying
Ashe.
that.
And having an understanding of ritual, right? A ritual is a intent to perform magic for a desired result. You know what I'm saying? Like in repetition, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I want a desired result every day. Every day, I'm going to pray and give
Or every full moon,
Right, right,
or every solstice,
right.
or every birthday,
Yes, yes.
or every first sunrise of each
And
second of the third year.
and this is why I said whatever your intended purpose is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're gonna do this however often you see fit or whatever to manifest whatever your desires are. You know what I'm saying? You know that I'm gonna wear this color. I'm gonna do it at this time. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna face this way. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna perform this action. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna light this candle. I'm gonna smoke this particular type of weed. I'm gonna eat this particular type of mushroom. I'm gonna try it with this particular type of honey. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about breaking that shit the fuck down.
The more intentions you put, the more powerful it get.
You know what
I
I'm
need
saying?
y'all to understand that.
Speaking it out
so
loud.
So did you hear all of those different intentions that was being paid attention to? Mm-hmm. Okay, this is another aspect. You know what I'm saying? We talk about health and wellness. We talk about, you know what I'm saying, spirituality. Now we talk about magic. Mm-hmm. Come on, man. What's
and
really
for
good?
me, and this is something where he be like, you know what I'm saying? Magic is a part of all of that. Magic is every day, all motherfucking day long. From the time you open your eyes to the time you close them, bitches is magic. You know what I'm saying? Like every breath you take, that's magic because you are performing alchemy. Magic is alchemy.
All right, so we can have a debate. I think what you're trying to say is everything is energy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? See, you know, for me, magic is intentional.
Yes.
So it can't be everything because you just walk into the store, bebopping, loving your energy, going in, buying a pack of gum. You didn't have any intentions of doing anything. Now, you might be a magical motherfucker, and it might just be pixie dust flossing off your ass while you walking, but that's not magic. You're just a magical motherfucker.
Y'all
you know
see the pixie dust?
So I know, like me and you, we be having those differences, right? And so I think this is, so I'll be like trying to see, because it's like, no, I know we saying the same thing, but something different.
Yeah.
And I think that what we talking about, you're saying that magical energy and potential is within you at all times, and I'm agreeing.
Okay,
but
cool.
Magic is intentional.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? When you wake up and you, like now, if you say a prayer and, you know, then yeah, there was intention to the prayer. So that could be magic, you know. But if you're doing rituals, and now, let's be clear, these things are interchangeable. You could be doing rituals and they not be magical. But then you can also do ritual and put your magic in it.
True.
Okay? So I just want to be clear about this, because, like, you know, you like to get the debate. Like, this is why she's a great student. I'm going to say this like this. This is why she's a great student. Because she be like, why you don't never teach me the magic shit that you know? Because I know I be fucking with, but I always be teaching you, and you be telling me, and I know when we met, you were supposed to be, but you know, and then I'll be like, yeah, and then she don't realize, like, a lot of the discussions we be having, they do be about it.
Yeah.
They just don't be, you know what I'm saying? So,
and see, no, like I be catching the motherfucking wave, right? And so this is what has allowed me to cultivate the class that we have, that we are going to be dropping on magic, because Nigga, you got me fucked up. I heard what you said when you wasn't saying it. You know what I'm saying? And so the other day, I had to expose myself a little bit in order for him to know how prepared I am to move forward in this next level of magic that we're about to be doing, and that's the teaching of it. You know
But
what I'm
before we
saying?
go there, as like I said, where she was at as a student, not even being spoken of as a student, but just as we're together, it's like, okay, I'm gonna drop shit and see how she responds. She questions damn near everything, right? And it's like, that's what I like, because how are you actually believing anything if the motherfucker who's telling you can't explain it to you?
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that I always say is, if you can't explain it in a way a child can understand it, then you really don't know it the way you think you do.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
That's the master's way. That's how you know you a master.
no, put that down.
When you can explain it in a way a child can understand it, right? You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to say that's what was perfect, because it always made me go deeper. Because if she's asking a question and like, nah, fuck all that, you saying this, but why when I do this it ain't the same? Or why you saying that? I have to be able to give an answer to that. So I have to really be able to go in from this, that, and give that understanding to her. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's been giving me the ability to create these ideas and these understandings, and to be able to offer them in the way that an individual can truly accept or understand.
Mm-hmm.
All right, pardon myself.
So you said you have to be able to teach things in a way that a child can understand it.
To call yourself a master.
To be able to call yourself a master.
At that subject, yes.
You know what I'm saying? At that subject.
Yeah. Because it's like you kind of go up to a certain level. And when you get to that level that high, if you really that high on that level, then that level is always going to come back down to the foundational.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you can give those foundationals in a way that a small child can understand it, so then it's like, okay, you get your masters. Your masters is that ability to recycle that to the point where I know this shit so much that I can break it down so small.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's like an individual can teach the concept of calculus to children.
Mm-hmm.
The concept of what's that one thing that I love? Quantum physics. You know what I'm saying? To a child, the concept of it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, of course, how to deal with it, how to do it, all of that. It's like, okay, that's where we get into the different foundational levels. First, mm-hmm. Let me teach you math. Mm-hmm. Then I'll teach you algebra. Mm-hmm. Then I'll teach you, what's the one with the angles and everything? Geometry.
Oh.
Right? And we got to go through these different levels. Yeah. And that's, how you, again, got the level to be able to teach, because you understand these different things that have to be prepped before you get to. But the concept can be picked up by a child. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So yeah, being able, that's when you really got it. You know what I'm saying? So damn near any of the things that we teach, we'll be able to get a concept of them to, you know what I'm saying, our babies.
Yes.
Period.
So I was thinking about if I'm teaching something and I want it to be to the point where a child can understand it and be able to digest it, and then I'm thinking about
now keep in mind, when you're teaching, mm-hmm. it doesn't have to be to the point that the child can understand. You have to be able to break it down that small, mm-hmm. so that way you know what to add on through each level to respond to the level of the person that you're at. Mm-hmm. So if they're 8 years old, okay, boom, I know I can go a little bit deeper and I can go into the sales and da-da-da. Mm-hmm. If they're 12 years old, I can go into, the ions. If they're 18 years old, I can go into the mitochondria. If they 21 years old, I can go into the DNA. Mm-hmm. If they 30 years old, I can go into spirituality and the family aspect. and going into the sepentary cycles of man, even,
Mm-hmm.
right? Where every cycle you go through something. So at 7 years old, you're finally pumping your own blood. So now you can tap into individuality. If you're 14, you're tapping into puberty. So you can understand replication and death. If you're 21, now you're at the understanding of the spirituality and the totality of the mindset and the thinking as a whole. Then going into 28, and you're going into the aspect of you and your environment, then going into the next level, which is you as a family man
Mm-hmm.
or woman. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's why a lot of times the elders be like, what is wrong with this younger generation? They're not even thinking about how this affects them in that way. Of course they're not. No concept of that.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't even got to that sepentary cycle of man. I've realized that as I've aged and went through different cycles, like, no, I get it. You don't, it's like, you're telling me think like an old man. No, there's no fucking way. I'm 20 fucking years old. I'm still seeing how this body works.
But also, not only that, like, but the reality of where we are right now in this day and age and where these elders are coming from is nowhere in the future of these 24-year-olds. So you're trying to get them to see something that they're never going to have to experience or deal with because their reality is going to be so completely different from what ours is or what ours was. You know what I'm saying? So we have to really be trying to prepare our generation of youth for the future, not for the past. Not for the past. They're not going to experience the shit that we have experienced. They're already in a different age. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I keep that in mind when all of these different constructs come up about the way that you should be raising your children and how much screen time you should be giving your children. You know what I'm saying? I believe in giving my children an abundance of screen time at certain amount of times during the week because they're going to be in the age of technology. I'm not going to be there. I'm hindering them from learning the coding for their future.
And not just technology, but AI.
Not exactly. And it's like I can monitor what it is that I am going to be allowing for my children to absorb. But I'm not about to just completely shut them down from that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I have an understanding that they are literally getting prepared for a future that I ain't gonna experience.
Now, me personally, I'll be like, half of that time they should be doing something educational. But it's like, how do you even speak on what's educational and what's not? You know what I'm saying? Because some of the babies that be playing Minecraft, these gonna be our engineers. You know what I'm saying? Some of the babies, like it's so crazy because it's like we want to judge, but for real,
you can't.
You know what I'm saying? Because we've seen some amazing shit. And again, we're ushering in a new age, which is the old age. We're ushering in we don't understand it now yet, but when I say we're ushering in an old age, I'm talking about the age before 7,000 years ago. Before 7,000 years ago, there was a time where these gifts and these abilities was within man as a whole. And right now we see this as extra dimensional or extra powerful or extra human or whatever. But if y'all understand, this is what X-Men and Marvel is trying to get you prepared for. You know what I'm saying? These things are not just fairy book or storyteller. It was comic strips. They're not. The comic strips was given so to prepare you with these understandings. So with what's going on now, the idea of trying to teach them some old stuff is totally out of question because they're waking up to their new powers, gifts, and abilities. We're having some of the youth, our youth that are here now and that are coming right now are some of the most powerful generation of children in the last 7,000 years. I think it's important that we understand that, to understand where we coming from. Like in the last 7,000 years, things have been hidden, they've been buried, and history has changed for a story to take place. You know what I'm saying? And it has lived itself out as it was predicted. As it was predicted. And so now that that has taken place, now the time frame of the reemergence of us as a great people is coming back. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, don't take my word for it. Look at the history. Ask me what I'm talking about. Have some one-on-one discussions. Ask me to show and prove these things. Yeah. Ask me what kind of resources and to cite my sources so I can give you the ability to go and look for yourself and be like, huh, that's interesting. See what you come up with on your own. And then look at these children that are around us. Look at the growth and development of the time frames. Look at what's taking place, not just in our communities, but in our societies as a whole, right? You know what I'm saying? Look what's being said on the entertainment, in the TV industry, all of these different things. Like it's crazy how we talk about history, but like my man Firewater said, we got a real short attention span. But when you
Mm-hmm.
take people and you stop and you be like, all right, hold on, just look at this as a whole. From this time until this time and what's taking place and what's happened. Sometimes people realize what they've forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's coming back. You know what I'm saying? And we're really just here giving assistance to the programs and the protocols to help bring these things back. How do you usher yourself into something that you can see for your own self is coming?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What works? What doesn't work? What's
Right.
going to be, you know what I mean? Like, we've all seen the documentaries. You know what I mean?
Shit, the documentaries, the movies, you know what I'm saying? Like the cartoons.
Everything.
Like they've already been showing us for so
Putting it
long,
right in our faces.
exactly what is to happen, and what we need to
Mm-hmm.
be prepared for. And that's why there's always a group of people that are usually prepared in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's level of preparation looks different. And that's something that we need to be mindful of, because we're constantly worried about what the outcome of our reality is going to be based on another person's experience. And it's like, honey, you don't even have to do that. You don't have to do that. What is your experience going to be like? What is your experience going to be based upon? You know what I'm saying? Like, and unless you really know yourself, then you really don't know how you're supposed to play on the board. And that's one thing.
Ooh.
Go, what you was about to say.
It might go a little deep, but I'll try not to. Basically, what you just said about, another person's experience and all of that, and just how people have come to me and said, can I get some mentorship? Can you teach me? Can you help me? Because of them feeling these different things, and sometimes being somewhere keyed towards with the things that I do, sometimes not. And that I've been trying to find ways to give the understanding that I can't teach them to be them.
Right.
I can only teach them what's going on and how to respond accordingly to what they see within themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody has a different role, everybody has a different gift.
Yes.
And so it's like, I'm not here to teach you your gift. I'm here to teach you how to find it and how to grow and develop with it. Because as you do that, your gift will teach you, not me. You know what I'm saying? And so when you were saying that, it just brought that to mind of that again. These are why we brought together these programs and this education and all of this to give you all the understanding that what you've been looking for, we're here to give it to you, and this is what we found out about it.
Yeah.
So when you were saying that, it just brought to mindset of that. Like,
no, that hurts. So I wanna share a little bit about during the time where we were apart, and the different work that I was doing um, while we were apart, which was nothing that I could have prepared for. It was very uncomfortable, and I kept feeling like a villain. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then me feeling like a villain made me feel like a victim. You know what I'm saying? And then I played in the space of the victor as well. And it was like I have to kill all of these different identities. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like, nope, I don't want to kill these different identities. I want to merge these different identities so that they can be used when they are necessary, because I have an understanding of why I'm behaving in different ways for different reasons and different experiences. No, this is my hair and you can't make me let you do it.
now, I just want to point out, because we keep speaking about these different things we're going through and these different tools and all of this. So I just want to keep a little bit pointing in some directions.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, when you're telling them about the different things that you went through, just so you all can get an understanding of what she was talking about. She was going through shadow work.
Oh man.
As well as after she did her shadow work, she was dealing with mirror magic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So those different things where you need to go in and figure out about self, figure out where you're at, what path you've been on, how you've been operating, how that's been hindering you, what you should have been doing, what you should be doing. You know, tapping in with yourself, tapping in with your own spirit, tapping in with your own ancestral work, you know, and really taking accountability within.
Yes.
And then once you take an accountability, now you know where you at, you know where you want to be. This is where you start to infuse the mirror magic.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Which is more of a solidification process.
Or not even just a
transformational process.
Or a reprogramming process.
A reprogramming process.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're going in to do some psychological reprogramming, and that's what, like, a lot of people may not be given the opportunity that I'm given to physically do this. But because of the different things that I've created and we've created together, it gives them a space to do these things in a different way spiritually. I mean, physically, right? So I was able to
that they need to do.
Right. I was able to go back into my mother's womb physically. Like I literally had to go into my mother's home. You know what I'm saying? And live there and be there. You know what I'm saying? And experience myself there.
No, baby, so.
And when I'm saying experiencing myself there, I'm talking about fully emerging into all aspects of myself. You know, and being able to like self-identify in mid-crisis. Like I literally had so many outer body experiences being there in my mother's home that it was ridiculous. And I remember I would be calling him and I'd be like, oh my God, I've had this big awakening. I feel like this and you know, this is what happened. And now I know why I act like this. And, you know, this was because of this. And he'd be like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like, basically, bitches, you come home or not? Like, what's really good? And I'm like, nah, like, I'm supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the work that I am supposed to be doing. And I have an understanding of me being a 3-5 and having to experiment and experience, and me being a life path number 3 and a soul path 3, and just understanding all of these things let me know about how I have to go through my experiences of life.
And let me just say that this was dope for me because even though we weren't together, you know, in a relationship, she still allowed me to be her accountability partner in her growth and development and spiritual journey. And I found it quite difficult, right? But at the same time, fulfilling, right? Because it's like, okay, you don't want to be together. We're not going to be together, but you constantly calling me and giving me your progress on your shadow work, your progress on your mirror magic, and taking excellent accountability. Let me just say this, ladies, if you're listening, if anything was responsible for us to be doing what we're doing right now, I'm pretty sure 90% I would bet it was because of her accountability. Let me just say that. Her ability to really, because it's like her ability to really come and say, listen, let me just say, I know why you're mad. You're mad because this, that, and other. I know why you hurt. You're hurt because this, that, and other. Well, I know why you bother. You bother because this, that, and the other. And I know why you're disappointed because this, that, and the other. And let me tell you that all is true. That took place. That was this. And let me tell you what I did. For this, I looked at it like da-da-da-da-da. And as far as this part, I was like, yo, I realized that this is what makes me do that. And I have the capacity to probably do it again. And on this, you know what I'm saying? And it's like she really took accountability of each thing individually and responded accordingly and sincerely. And it made me just be like, damn, like women don't do that. So it really gave me a certain comfort, like no matter what, then I know that all things will be accounted for. And as a soldier, that's important for me. as a man and my foundation on how I look at things, that's really important. Like that's why my integrity is the way it is. That's one of my superpowers, but also one of the things that makes me sensitive. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm holding everything and everybody accountable for everything in a kid. So that shit was just amazing. And it's also one of the necessities to do any self-development or spiritual works. Accountability, self. If you can't do that, you're not gonna have a good spiritual power. You can't do that, you're not gonna have no fucking magical power. You can't do that, you're not gonna have no respect in your relationships and business practices. So I understand that.
And see where people really kind of like, I'm not even gonna say where they fuck up at, but where they have a disadvantage at is because they don't have anyone to guide them and help them navigate through certain levels of shit, right? So in order to know what you're fighting through, you have to realize that in this experience that you are living in right now today, you are fighting through past life experiences, generational experiences, ancestral experiences, transdimensional experiences. You are literally living so many multi experiences at one motherfucking time. You know what I'm saying? So you have to literally be so many motherfuckers at one time.
No, baby, 7.
And because people want to sit up there and really shun people that have multiple personalities or multiple gifts, that is not allowing for people to fully flourish within their power, within their right, and to see themselves and all the fucked up shit that they do and all the fucked up shit that they attract in their life. You know what I'm saying? And it was so crazy because, like, literally firsthand, I'm sitting there with this big ass mirror in front of my bed, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking in the mirror, and I was like, bitch, you a motherfucker. Like, damn, bitch, you really ruthless out here. You really ruthless out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really just don't give a fuck. Like, damn, like, what the fuck is that about? You know what I'm saying? And it really made me want to do, because it was like I had already tapped into my astrology. So I knew why certain things were the way that they were.
Yeah.
I had an understanding of why I was doing things in a certain manner. Right? But I wanted to know more because I am so curious. I am so curious about life and so curious about myself. And I'm so excited always about self-improvement because I love being accountable. I love being like, hi, y'all thought y'all was gonna give me motherfucking down, but bitch, I'm on top because I can see beyond what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? So bet, right? I'm checking it. I'm like, all right, well, I know that if I'm experiencing life at this level, of vulnerability, at this capacity, right, then somebody else is too, and they've overcome it. You know what I'm saying? And they've allowed for themselves to flourish beyond. And I'm understanding that anything that I'm seeing or anything that I'm hearing is a reflection based on somebody else's perception of what they went through and how they got to the other side of it. So just seeing myself in these different experiences and being able to be like, okay, this is it. And I got that human design reading. And that human design reading blew my fucking lid back. And it validated me in so many ways that it allowed for me to be accountable for myself so much more, because now I'm unapologetic because, bitch, this is who the fuck I am. Mm-hmm. You become so unapologetic about the experiences that you've had because you are now realizing, like, I am living my truth.
This is knowledge of self, knowledge of the map, knowledge of the journey, knowledge of the gifts that you have to achieve this, knowledge of the abilities that are there as the character that you are in this journey. All of these are different aspects that must be understood to actually achieve and be successful in the journey. That's why she keeps talking about the human design that she is, or the astrology. Like, so for me, let's deal with numerology. My life path is a 7. You know what I'm saying? I'm an investigative martyr. I'm a 1-3 design and human design.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm going to investigate the deep, dark, introspective, esoteric, magical ways to achieve things, to understand things, to see things. We're taking the accountabilities. We're taking these levels of, you know what I'm saying, the dimensionals of
Mm-hmm.
the cosmic, the celestial, the ancestral, the Akashic records, all of these different levels, the 5 levels of consciousness, the 7 dimensions of heavens, all of this shit, and all of these different teachings, and all of these different programs and protocols and magical symbols and codes, and just kind of separating them and breaking them down into different, you know what I'm saying, packages of understanding and
Mm-hmm.
learning, so that a person can come and slowly grow and develop into the alchemist that they want to become within their own journeys.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because even talking about the different things that she went through, and those are the different personalities. Like she said, these different personalities. The personalities were created in the stories that the individuals went through.
Mm-hmm.
This is when they talk about personification. Her personality is created by the personification that she lived.
Mm-hmm.
Certain things happen to her as a person, which caused her to operate like this. The Joker has a story. Batman has a story. There's a reason why he's Batman, why he deals with bats in the darkness. That's part of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Sincere Seven, being a soldier, being a warrior, being all of this, has a story. You know what I'm saying? You and what you went through and what you've experienced one by one and piece by piece, all of those things add to who you are as a person. So when we're talking about your spirit, your soul, your character, your mission, your personality, your humanology, all of this. Can you listen to all of those things at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
and maneuver and be responsible for the actions of all those individuals at the same time? Because
Mm-hmm.
if you want to be a magician, you're going to have to.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what being a magician is all about.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's all about. Pickaboo.
So,
you know what I'm saying? Which is called divine linkage, by the way.
Sure.
When you achieve divine linkage,
oh, I'm about to crack y'all motherfucking head.
now you are the god of your universe. Crack the head. I'll be right back. Go ahead.
So do you know why a lot of people are unable to connect with their divine linkage? You know what I'm saying? It's literally because of the physical and spiritual and emotional and mental and physical blockages that you have within your body and within your auric field. You know what I'm saying? That's stopping you from being able to connect to this divine linkage that he is speaking of, right? And so the best thing that we know in order to do anything is you have to move the energy. Energy needs to flow, or it's going to become stagnant, and you're not going to have a proper flowing in your life, and you'll see different things in your physical realm that will reflect these different spiritual aspects. Y'all got me. I don't understand what y'all think this is, but I am not a jungle gym. Move up off of me and away from me. Move.
Oh, well, respect your own boundaries then.
So,
hey, you know what's funny is I just want to add on to what you was talking about, and I hope I don't go too far.
You say this every time. Go ahead.
I know, right? So, when people saying yoga is demonic, they right.
It is.
Because it's opening up channels to allow energy.
It is.
So if they're demonic, once they open those channels up, now
then
they
demons
demonic
go
nature
beat out.
themselves.
Yes,
Whereas
right.
other people that's tapping into spirit,
let me tell you
and
something.
you do yoga. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there.
I remember when I started having my awakening, and I started speaking in the light language, right? And that was the motherfucking that was the motherfucking key, because I wanted to talk about when you are breaking things down in order young enough for a child to be able to understand it, right? And this is where it still ties into me being able to speak in tongues, or to speak in this light language. And I did not believe in people that spoke in tongues and could not translate it. Because why is it that you cannot understand or translate it what you're speaking to me, because if God is speaking directly through you, baby, you understand that shit. You're gonna translate it.
I can answer that.
This is my thought process,
Oh,
right?
okay. Go ahead.
So I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? So I was told like yoga is demonic, yoga is this or whatever, and I was like, okay, right. And I was hesitant to follow through, right? And then I started taking mushrooms, and I was introduced to yoga again. And I went to this fucking yoga class, and I am laying there, and I have a full Kundalini awakening. And I'm talking about I am sitting there and my body is vibrating so hard and out of control. And I feel like I'm about to have the biggest orgasm of my entire life in the middle of this yoga studio.
This was before she met me, of course.
And I'm like freaking out because I'm like, what the fuck? And it's nothing that I could control, but it is a spiritual awakening that is like no other. And I look to the left of me, and there is this white lady standing next over me, and she's like, you can see me? Oh my God, you can see me. I've been trying to get in contact with my daughter, and can you just tell her? And I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like, what the fuck is happening? You know what I'm saying? I start understanding that it is not about being able to break things down to where a child can understand it, but being able to break things down at the vibrational frequency of where people are at. Because a lot of times people get upset, like, oh, I said the same thing to you. Yeah, but that wasn't the vibrational frequency that they were able to relate to. So they couldn't hear you, but they got that message clearly, and now they can change their life. It doesn't matter about when they got the message, as long as they got the fucking message. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I wanted to drop that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you have to be able to hear the frequency in order to be able to change it.
Hear the what?
The frequency.
Frequency.
Yeah, he been fucking with me about frequency and vibration.
Yo, so this is for the peoples. We ain't gonna charge you for this, like, right? This is one of the things that I've kind of like. This is our new conversation. Like, we go through a lot of different things, and like I said, over time, instead of being like, this is class, this, that, this, and that, just through time, we talk about different things, and I incorporate different ideas and different thoughts and different. So I ain't never said this verbally to her, so she might be going, oh, I see now. But so with that being said, throughout time, I'm actually walking her through different things instead of saying, let's go through these things. So anyway, this is one of the things in the chambers that we're at now is the creation of your recordings. And so the creation of your recordings, such as an artist, right? Mm-hmm. If you want to be a multi-million-dollar selling artist, yes, right? I want to make millions. I want to be successful. I want to achieve. I want millions of people.
So irritating.
I know, right?
You so irritating. So what he's saying, I'm actually knowing like what he's been teaching me over the last like week or so. Like he just been dropping a little shit, and I'm sitting up here as he's saying this, I'm catching all of the shit. It's all playing back like, oh nigga, you think you slick. But he is, and I like that shit because it's working. Okay, go ahead.
So to become a multi-million-dollar recording artist, I got to give or supply some of the best records to my community, my peoples, my audience, right? My records. What are these? These are recordings of different things. Now, your recordings, think about rappers and how they always say, I'm trying to get my masters. If you ever hear them artists, they always talking about their masters and who has the access to their masters, because as a recording artist, when I give you a deal and I say, here, sign these deals, I'm gonna give you millions of dollars and you're gonna get money for endorsements, and you're gonna get all of this, but I'm gonna supply the studio that you rapping or singing or whatever. So with that being said, you're using my stuff, so I'm gonna keep the masters. Now, you get all the money, but the actual stuff that we create. Now, of course, anybody can listen to it, you could buy it, but I own the mat, right? And it'd be like, as a recording artist who's trying to get on at the time, it doesn't matter about that. It's not that deep, right? The success is what we want. So we're not thinking about what the masters are at that time. The masters is the foundation of who you are in totality, but they just don't tell you that.
Right.
So you're now doing a recording and you're literally giving the formula of who you are over this recording. It might be 13 to 18 tracks, but each track is a different ingredient. And all of these ingredients create who you are as the character that they're putting out. So the first song is the intro. Okay, the intro might be thugged out because I'm a gangster. The intro might be making love because I'm a lover. Okay. The intro might be, you know what I'm saying, me doing some magic because I'm an alchemist, whatever it might be. That's the intro. It's like, oh, like how Erykah Badu, when she first came out, her first video was based off of The Color Purple.
It was.
Yeah, on and on. And it was like how she's like this new type of chick based off her circumstances, and it just gave this transformational, like, oh, I love it because of what she went through. See, this was programming from the beginning, baby.
Right.
Think about it, because this her character, this is who she's telling y'all she is, right? And then presenting the song. And the song was what it was. Even though songs be their own energy, but when they create a video, this is alchemy.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes,
we're
because
gonna
now
take
you're
something
creating
foundational and we're going to give you a visual with it and change the whole energy to it.
I like that.
Then we can come with the remix. So I need y'all to understand that everything that we're saying right now is a formula. We're taking that same formula and we're reintroducing it to understanding who we are within ourselves. So, how do you create a record? There's a beat. Starts off with the beat. You be like, yo, I like that. Add something to it. And then your produces, hey, stop. Your producer produces you a beat. Right? This is a vibe. You like it. Oh, I like that vibe. Yeah, add to it, right? So this is a vibration. You ever had be like somebody come in like, yo, I don't like the vibe in here. We need to leave. They're talking about a vibration. Music, when you add these beats together over and over, it creates a rhythm that creates a beat or a harmony.
I can hear it, y'all. Y'all see me?
You see?
You know
right?
What I'm
saying? And then a understanding is given over that beat or that harmony. This is the first song. Then another beat. And another beat. And another beat. This is the frequency of the album. It had 7 lovemaking songs, 2 relationship songs, 1 breakup song.
Oh,
this was how frequently that this person spoke about this subject over these songs.
Okay.
This created a certain harmony. That's right.
Okay.
What they call algorithm in artificial intelligence is the harmony, right? So this is even how you look at your life. I'm creating things that are based off of life, based off of birth, based off creation, based off multiplication, based off of health, based off of spirituality, right? So if you look at the different songs, quote unquote, that I sing, or different things that I take up within my life's time, this is creating the harmony of my record. So now I have a certain record. Now let's be clear. When I first came out in the community, I had a poetic record. Peekaboo. And then as I transformed and changed, I had a cannabis right record. Then I had a 5%. No, actually the 5% record came first, and then the cannabis record. Right.
Oh, okay.
So it was like I came out, I had a military record, problem solver. Then I went into poetry. I had a poetry record. Then I had a 5% record. Then I had a cannabis record. Then I had a mushrooms record. Then I had a shaman's record.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had a medicine worker's record. Then I had a sacred animal venoms practitioner record. Then I had a teacher's record. Right? So all of these are different personalities and different records. Those records were, again, all of those frequencies, harmonies, the different things that was taking place. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're talking about, and that's how we're talking about, and this is how you create, you know what I'm saying, your life the way that you have to understand. That's why they said that the boy, what's his name, Tesla, said that if you want to understand the magic of life or the energy of life or something, look at the frequency. This is what we're talking about. And to take to look at frequency, you have to count how many times things occur.
I go that mathematical law again.
Whether you count the bass drum, or count the cymbal, or count the guitar, or count whatever it is, and then we're taking accountability. Okay, once you take accountability, now you can take responsibility for, you know what I'm saying, what's being put out, because you understand how the beat go. This is why Kanye West is a genius when it comes to that musical shit. You know what I'm saying? Because he'll be like, nah, you need to add this energy. So take that out and add this person that's playing this instrument, you know, this trumpet on this one song. He's influencing your feeling, right? Your feeling. What do you feel? The vibration. So he's implementing a different vibration so that you feel it. And once you feel it, you start to nod or groove or whatever to the beat, to the harmony. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So, again, we talk about all of this different, you know what I'm saying, settings. We talk about all of these different things and the different things that we teach, the different approaches, the different growth and development. It's all important. It's just a matter of when do you learn which part. You know what I'm saying? Some of these are foundational. You got to learn this before you can go into changing. Some of it is what we call high sciences. Once you understand all these basics and foundational things down here, then you can start to worry about these higher dimensional things. But this ain't even important if you ain't even got your foundation down. Your foundation, like she was saying, being knowing yourself and your diet.
That's my God.
Big on. Yo,
your diet.
Teaching on the diet.
Because the way that you digest food is the same way that you digest information. You know what I'm saying? Which is an understanding of why your gut health and your pineal gland connection is so important.
They say the first brain and the second brain, and they're not sure which one's the first and which is the second.
You know what I'm saying? And
because they influence one another.
They influence one another. So it's like, you know, people be like, oh, I don't have to or whatever. It's like everything is moderation. Learn what works and what is best for you, your family, your design specifically.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
There you go.
But there has to be some accountability in your diet.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But you want your diet to be structured off of your health and your health goals. See, there's a difference between diet, health, and nutrition.
Shut up.
You know what I'm saying? Nutrition is the vitamins, the minerals, and the different things that your body needs and that you provide it. The diet is how you provide the body with those different things. And the health is the continuum that you need to be seeing, whether you're at the continuum, the health continuum of ease or the health continuum of dis-easement. You know what I'm saying? And if there is something causing you a dis-easement, how do you alter or alchemize or change that to bring you back into the continuum of ease? Okay. And a lot of times that's based in your diet and or your nutrition. Because one of them can be good and the other one could be off.
Right.
You could be nutritious and your diet is fucked up. The way you're using, eating, applying, right? Or you can have a good diet, but your nutrition is still off because it could be other reasons involved. So, you know, all of these things are, again, important to look at. We just give you the understanding of the formulation of how to approach these things,
Mm-hmm.
how to look at them,
Mm-hmm.
what comes first, which is the important ones. You know what I'm saying? If you need a consultation, just, hop on, what I'm saying, houseofgenesis.org, Psychonaut Academy of Detroit, you know what I'm saying, psychonautdetroit.org, or House of Genesis, houseofgenesis.org, either or. The Psychonaut Academy of Detroit, we dealing with more of, what I'm saying, the emotional and spiritual, and dealing with entheogens. And the House of Genesis is lead towards more of, what I'm saying, the mental and the physical.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? In case you're wondering, that's
Mm-hmm.
why you can kind of look at those things.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to approach these journeys from a physical alchemy process or a spiritual alchemy process?
Mm-hmm. Either way, it's alchemy, baby.
That's why we said it's important that you know where you at on your journey.
Mm-hmm.
Are you on a spiritual growth and development journey? Are you on a character growth and development journey? Or are you on a physical, what I'm saying, growth and development or healing journey?
Mm-hmm.
Now if you know the answer to those three questions, then maybe we can get started.
Mm-hmm.
We're just trying to give you the understanding of all of the different things that we deal with, because it's like, especially with a lot of the recognition lately and things of this nature, we got a lot of people that's coming to us and they may be not sure, how to approach. So this is kind of like giving you an understanding of how to approach. Because yes, we do deal with a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do coaching. We do healing. We do psychedelic and entheogen work. You know what I'm saying? We deal with the herbs. We deal with, you know what I'm saying? Oh, so many different things. So it's like, if you're wondering where to get started, that's where I invite you to look at. Are you on a spiritual journey, a healing journey, or a character growth and development journey? If you know the answer to those three, then we can get started. You know what I'm saying? Even if you say I'm on none of those, then tell me where you're at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that's where we start at. And then we have all of these different programs, all of these different journeys, all of these different protocols to help you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know where you at, then they need to start with what?
Well, my thing is, I'm always gonna start with, ooh, ooh, this is real. I guess it just depends on the conversation that we have, because I'm like, either I'm gonna do the I am, and then I was like, well, you know what? If they don't know where, you know what I'm saying, they're going or whatever, maybe they need to remove a couple of blockages and barriers. So they might go with that MIPP. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's what I was
So I'm
thinking.
like, if we're gonna start them there,
And I'm gonna tell you, okay. I just want to add on to that.
yeah.
Between those two, not just that, but also entrusting the people you're working with.
Yes.
The MIPP is there's a lower exchange that we ask for that program.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And it gives a little shorter time frame of accountability so people can see how we deal with them, what we walk them through, what we help them to achieve in a smaller time frame for a smaller exchange as compared to the longer. Yes. So it's like, first do the MIPP. If you rock with that, you rock with us, you like, yeah, it was dope, then you definitely ready for the I am. Yes, you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Because we want people to be comfortable with us in anything they do.
Yes.
So that's where you can find if you're comfortable with us. Now, by the end of the MIPP, you can tell if you trust us,
yes,
if you feeling us, if you fuck with us, all of that.
Yes, and if you want to spend 90 days.
Right, exactly, going into deeper.
Yes.
So that would be another reason why I would say, you know what I'm saying, start off with the MIPP over the I am.
So the MIPP is the microdosing integration protocol program.
That's right. Microdosing integration protocol program.
And this is a microdosing protocol that allows you to
you want me to jump in and take over?
Yeah, because I was going to say, how do I want to?
Because this is my baby, right, so I can tell. Go ahead. This is my baby right here.
Talk about your baby, baby.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Talk about your baby, baby.
I really went through a lot of different things to assist me in creating this, and I'm very proud of it. Okay, it's one of the, I would say, it's one of the greatest, newest programs that we offer. So what it is this. like I said, when I said, because remember when we first started out, you said I stopped talking about psychedelics. This kind of show prove I didn't. I was like, nah, I was working. It was like I was seeing the psychedelic community and the explosion that was within it, and how everybody was just coming out and offering these products and giving them different names and just saying just stuff. And there was people who I would be talking to, and they'd be like, "No, I tried that, I didn't like it." And I'm going, "Wait, what do you mean you didn't like it?" When each one of them is custom for you. If you didn't like it, that means you're not doing it right. And they like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "Well, how did you?" And they like, "Somebody gave it to me and they said, take this." And I did, and I was high, or I felt like this, or I felt like that. And I'm like, so that was it. They just told you this is how you microdose. It was like, yeah. And I'm like, nah. And so I'm like, you know what? We need an accountability for how people are learning to microdose. Like, what is the protocols that you're being taken through?
Yes.
How do you know that this was the right way? Yes. And so I like people to be sovereign and really responsible for their own experiences in a lot of the things that I do. And so when it comes to microdosing, I know from being taken a year of microdosing every single day of the year for a year straight what I was trying to achieve. I was trying to achieve really figuring out, one, what is this about? How can I utilize it? What's the proper way to approach it? You know what I'm saying? And what's the proper way to actually use it? And so having to answer all of those questions, I knew that this is what most people would be wondering about when they're ready to start diving into the microdose, especially hearing about it in Silicon Valley and the industry and health and growth and development, and with cluster headaches and with depression and with anxiety, all of these different things. It's like, well, hold on, maybe I need to try this shit. But somebody on the corners is being like, here you go, and giving me a half a gram of mushrooms and saying, take that as a microdose. I microdose on 3.5. There was no accountability for what's being said and things like that. So that's why I created the microdose integration program. So what it is, it's a program where you get to take an intake of yourself and what you're trying to achieve, to set your intentions, and then have an in-space experience with 7 different alchemies of microdoses to see what they are individually as substances, what their dosages are, how they make you feel, and which one seem to be most tapped into what you would call the sweet spot for your operating on a mental, emotional, and spiritual level daily for a program or protocol to adjust yourself in one of these areas. If I'm trying to deal with depression and I want to use microdosing to do it, I need to know what I want to microdose and what the dosage is that I need for myself. So to know all of those things, I need to, in a responsible, you know what I'm saying, an accountable program, try these different things out in a way to become familiar with them within myself, to make the most greatest decision of which one I'll use to now go into my works. So that's what the microdose integration protocol is about. It gives you 7 different substances to utilize at different dosages. And over that, there's a month. There's a week of not using anything and setting your, again, intentions and your intake. Then you have 2 weeks of being in space of microdosing with different things at different dosages. And then you have a week of integration afterward. So you have a 1-month Condor approach integration, mind and body mapping journal for this entire month of this microdosing integration protocol program. So that's what that is.
It is, huh? That was a mouthful. I would not have expressed it or explained it in that manner.
Oh, man.
I think that he did a way better job than I would have. So
again, that's my baby.
Kudos
I was proud of that one. I'm very proud of that one. Everybody who's ever taken part in it so far has loved it, has had great success, and I would say more than 75% of them, after going through that, then come and make their purchases of what
what it is they actually
modalities they
like.
want, yeah, what they like, and say,
Right.
let me move forward.
So
You know what I'm
I was going to break that down a little bit in a little bit of layman's term, right? So the MIPP is literally a integration protocol that guides you through a set of alchemies at different doses that you can spend time to evaluate to know where you stand and what helps you the best throughout different experiences or throughout the week so that you can plan for better days and experiences. So you'll take these different alchemies and you'll see how you feel throughout the day. You'll see how your week was by taking these different alchemies at the scheduled time and day each time. And then you'll record that. And then you'll go like, oh, okay, when you run out or whatever, like, oh, okay, well, I like how this made me feel. I like how this made me feel. And then that's how you will get your prescription, your prescribed dosage and amount that will help you to be the best version of yourself. And that is what I love the best about the MIPP because it customizes to you as you journey through the experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, because everybody's journey is going to be different. So we can't just be like, oh, okay, we're going to prescribe you this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we take you through the MIPP so that you will be able to know, okay, well,
and I'm always surprised at what people find as their medicine.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, oh, is that what you picked? You know what I'm saying? Like once they go through it, like, oh my goodness.
Right. And then that allows for them to enter into whatever program that they wanted to or whatever container that they wanted to enter into that allows them to perform at full capacity because they have their alchemies, they have their prescription, they have their prescribed thing that's custom to them that'll help them get through and navigate through these experiences. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one of the best fucking things that you can actually do. Is like just like when a doctor has you and they're like, okay, well, I'm gonna prescribe you this medication and we're gonna do a trial run. Now, how does this go? Then they have you come back in after about a week or two and they say, okay, well, how was that prescription? How did it make you feel? Oh, well, it was good. You know, okay, great. We'll keep you there. Oh, well, you know what? It was a little too heavy. I had night sweats. I couldn't breathe and this and that. You know what? Okay, well, maybe that was a little bit too strong for you. We're going to lower your dosage. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, it was this way. Okay, well, we're going to increase your dosage because we're still trying to find the balance within you. Well, that's what's happening in this protocol. You're experimenting through whichever balance is best for you by having all of this access to each dosage of medicine. You know, so yeah, pretty dope program that can be found at
houseofgenesis.org.
Okay, that is houseofgenesis.org.
Yeah.
Click on there, go to the shop button, click it, scroll through,
baby,
and you'll see it. Microdosing, integration, protocol, program.
But what's up with that I am though? What was that one?
So now the I believe is for those that are just a little bit more advanced and have a little bit of better understanding of who they are, but they just need guidance and direction on how to become their best selves with programming and structuring. Right? And that's what the I am course provides. It's going to provide you with that ritual that we were talking about before. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to allow you to approach your life in a ritualistic practice and state to be able to manifest what it is that you're trying to manifest because it's giving you structure and foundation. You know, helping you to be aware of your vibrational frequencies, the vibrational frequencies of the days, the year, the month, and all that. Ow.
So I like how she put that. So I'm gonna say that the Intentions and Manifestations book is an alchemy of self course.
Ashe.
So it's teaching you the foundations and the principles of alchemy as a whole. And within teaching you that, we're giving you a live and direct visual through experience Okay. Because it's like while I'm teaching you the foundations of alchemy, I'm having you actually uh, do them, exercise them,
Yes.
implement them. And as you're doing that, you're going to start to change yourself from lead into gold. So it's giving you a opportunity to witness alchemy at its greatest in actuality, live and direct, not just within me, but within yourself. This is where, when it comes to magic, mystical arts, and sorcery, this is a level of something that we say is like, this is the upper room. So a lot of the stuff that we teach and that we provide is more of down here community based level, right? The intentions and manifestations course is almost like an introduction into that upper room. It's giving you the ability to operate in certain realms, to see the reality of these realms, and to want to go deeper into these works. So that's what the intentions and manifestation alchemy itself course is. Also,
Listen,
I like how she broke it down, but I also want to just understand.
That I am program is what allows for me to be the jungle gym that I am for this baby right now. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to plan your days. You have to be able to structure where it's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? And the old man's like, you gotta do this and this, and then gotta have them do it every day and every, because repetition is the mother of
learning.
Boom, right? So I'm like, all right, well, cool. So I started talking about wanting to organize different things or whatever and structure some things differently. And I've been getting up, and it's like, all right, I have to get up in enough time to be up before the children so I can have my peace of mind going and so that I can make sure that everything is where it needs to be. And I've been making sure that I clean the entire house before I go to bed at night. I'm not leaving anything behind. You know what I'm saying? Like if I do leave it behind, then it'd be like it must be I'd be super, super tired or something like that. But it is not happening. You know what I'm saying? I've become very intentional about keeping space free of clutter. So by the morning when I'm getting up, I can just flow through whatever it is that I need to do and how I need to organize myself for the girls. And now that I'm trying to, well, actually, that I am getting up earlier than them, then when they're getting up and they're ready to start their day, I'm not aggravated or agitated about having to get up and get hungry babies together. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I've prepared myself and I've had that time to be able to process whatever it was that I dreamed the night before, or just have that quiet peace of mind. And it's also provided structure throughout the day of being like, all right, well, nap time is during this time and dinner is going to be done at this time. It's just helped so much. So the things that we are implementing into our own lives to structure our own lives are the things that we are giving to you, to allow you to experience, to navigate your own organization within your own life and see how it works out for you. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's that, and like he said before, it can be found at thehouseofgenesis.org right under the shop button, so feel free to go on there and make that happen for yourself.
Yes. And just know that this is the last time that it will be offered at the price that it's at. So this next month is how long it's going to be before we actually start it. It's probably going to be about a month. More details to come soon because we walked this together as a village.
Right. So wait a minute. You telling me that the month of June is the last time that I'm about to be able to get this IM program for this price?
Yeah, June and July. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's over with.
I better hop on that thing.
Oh yeah.
You better hop on that thing.
I had to keep as we kept adding and we kept just formulating and adding, and it just kept getting greater and greater because this is one of the second magic spells that I created on my own, like in my practices and now being a teacher. And so it was something that just as I had found more ability to work with it, I did. And so now where it's at and how many times that we've released it to our community and allowed people to utilize it. Oh, I know the value of it.
Right.
And so, yes, the price is now about to go up. But we are going to run it this last time for those that want to take advantage of the spectacular low price that it's at now.
Yes.
Because
and I do mean spectacular low
it's
price.
going to be 4 digits in the stop it in the price structure of it coming. So I can tell you that right now. We're adding a comma to the price.
So let me
There's
just
not
say,
a comma in the price right now.
Let me say this right here. I remember the very first time when he went to Condor and he expressed this program to the collective, and how they was like, you lost your rabbit ass mind for charging this little bit of money for this program.
Yeah, facts.
It has taken 2 years for him to integrate that into his nervous system and allow for his body to accept that it is deserving of this because of the work and the effort that has continuously been poured into it from the moment they told him the value was what it was. And I have watched this program transform multiple times.
Yeah.
Multiple times. And I've watched us go through it, fail it again, You know what I'm saying? And we just talk shit like, damn, we can't never get through the motherfucking IM program. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't never get through the. And then when we did get through it,
because it's hard to do it. I'm gonna tell y'all, it's hard to do it as a couple. Like it's easy to not easy, but it's something to achieve within the self.
Yep.
But as a couple, that's where for me, that's where the difficulty comes in.
But
it's easy to do some things alone. You know what I'm saying?
We did it once before.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we've achieved
it.
And
we went through the whole thing, and that's how we ended up in Florida.
And let me be clear. even if you fail it the first time,
yes,
you still have improved yourself in so many different levels, and that's the point.
Yeah.
Because remember, it's alchemy itself.
Yeah.
So if you're changing yourself from lead to gold, and you get to, you know what I'm saying, a precious metal that isn't so much gold yet, but it definitely ain't lead no more. You know what I'm saying? You like a sterling silver in this bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
okay,
what?
good shit. All right, come on back and finish the process. Start again, finish the process.
Yeah.
But again, this is why this is the prerequisite to going into deeper into the magic, mystical arts, and sorcery programs that we have. You have to achieve this one first. You have to do this before you can go into it. Because if you can't do this, you're not going to be able to achieve the majority of the other stuff on the other side.
Yes, because everything on the other side requires so much of your energy and focus.
Self-discipline.
Yes.
That's right. So, that's why it's a stage of initiation and growth and development. That's the initiation.
Nairobi.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to be an alchemist before you can be a magician in the realms of what we're dealing with and taking y'all through. You know what I'm saying? So, again, if y'all want to take part right now, I would highly advise y'all to take part for the last time for the price that is at. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I am.
Because it is going 3 times the amount that it's at now.
Yeah.
Let me just be clear. I'll just give y'all a little hint. It's about to go 3 times the amount that it's at now. Okay? So, I just want to be clear. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious as hell. And this will be probably one of the greatest growth and development journeys that you've ever been on. I don't have no doubt about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I highly invite y'all to go ahead and take part of the intentions and manifestations. And if you want to see some testimonials and all of that, inbox me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We can supply that. We got people who've been through it. I done released it to the community in like smaller sects of, okay, I think y'all ready. Okay, I think y'all me kind of like being very responsible for who I give my magic to. You know what I'm saying?
That's what
So
I be saying.
yeah, oh yeah, for sure. So now, I'm kind of comfortable. Like, all right, I think that it is where I need it to be, and I'm ready for people to go ahead and be like, oh, this is dope. This is like, I'm ready for the testimonials to flood in. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Sometimes I get cocky with my shit. On this point right here, yeah, I'm already. It's been tested. It's been tried. It's been approved. I've used it myself. I've seen the magic in it. I've used it myself multiple times. My clients have used it. My friends and family have used it. I know what it is now. So, more will be coming soon. But yeah, that's what the intensity manifestation is. If you want to understand what type of shit we deal with, log on to Psychonaut Detroit. Excuse me, houseofgenesis.org and sign up for the email list.
Ooh.
You gonna
do them
so
like
we
that?
can keep y'all informed. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna do them like that?
Yeah, I mean that's the foundation of everything.
But guess what?
What?
If they sign up for the email list and subscribe right now, I'm gonna do something special for them.
Oh, tell them.
You think I should?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give y'all 50% off.
And then I was gonna be like, "Ooh, don't tell them that," because that's gonna be the only reason they're going on to log on and be the sign on.
That's cool.
Yeah. What we gonna give 50% off of?
We are going to give them 50% off
organic technologies.
Yeah. I thought you asked me.
I did, but I was wondering, you know what I'm saying, what you was gonna say.
And that's what I was gonna say.
Oh, so then, all right. So I was on point.
Dang, he just gonna sit up there.
Stop it.
Now, was he in my head or was he just trying to, you know what I'm saying, throw me off? You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? I wanted to show you how I get down.
What was that?
I wanted to show you. I walk around in your consciousness while you sitting right there looking dead at me.
What was that?
You feel me? Organic technologies.
So anyway.
Yeah.
If you have signed up and are already on the email list.
Stop it.
Or if you sign up.
Stop it.
For the email list within 24 hours. That means 4:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Hell yeah. Just reached 2 hours.
On June 11th. Okay?
Yeah, that's tomorrow.
24 hours. You got 24 hours to sign up to get 50% off all of the organic technology.
Yep, there'll be a little code sent to you. You know what I'm saying?
And all of those codes that will be sent to you will have a special instruction to go with them for you to go through your purchasing process for the organic technologies. Okay?
Yeah.
So,
that's just our little gift to y'all.
Yeah.
We about to start doing a whole lot more of that too. Like deals, discounts, half offs, you know what I'm saying? 30% offs.
Oh, I have a special announcement that he don't even know about.
Oh snap, we got a special announcement.
We got a special announcement.
I love those.
If I have the dates correctly, let me borrow this for a second. Then I'll say it then because I have to make sure.
How she got a special announcement? She don't know what it is, y'all.
I do just know. I know what it is. I just have to wait.
See, that's how.
All right. Right.
Okay, go ahead.
Boom. So the special announcement is we are having a candle ceremony for the next full moon. It has been quite some time since we've had a group candle ceremony. So because of that, I am going to open up the circle. Here, come here. Shut up. I'm going to there you go. I'm going to open up the circle for a candle ceremony. And that is going to be held on June 23rd. It's a Sunday, I believe. I'll have all of the information posted and all of that. You know, it's going to be a nice outside ceremony. Oh man, and further information will be given.
Yeah, because I just had a couple ideas about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super. Be quiet.
Now that I know what's going on, because I didn't know what's going on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a surprise. It's a surprise to him as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited about it because, you know, it's not something that we've done in a while. It's going to be nice to engage the community and offer up some medicines.
You administering too?
I actually am, and I'm going to be doing some rapé as well. I'll be administering some rapé.
Oh.
Yeah, so this gonna be an all-out
I think I might make some Sanaga.
Oh, yeah. So we're taking it back to the old school. Oh. You know, where we're gonna do the full shebang.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go ahead and do the Cambo, the rapé, the Sanaga.
Ooh, you know, full and cleansing and detoxing on the
ceremony,
group shit,
full moon type shit.
I
you
love
know,
it.
That's gonna be real fun. You know, it's been a minute since we've done some group shit like that. You know, my phone died on my, so that's what was going on. So yeah, I hope that whole video didn't just go. Dang, that's bold. But anyway, yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm looking forward to that. You'll be able to register for that ceremony at houseofgenesis.org. You'll get more information about that if you sign up for the email list as well. So you can stay informed of all of the things we have going on. Baby 7, get out of my shirt and quit playing with me.
Right, so.
Yeah.
Man.
Anything else you care to share about?
Man, I mean, well, how else do we reintroduce ourselves? Shit, we kind of went through some everything, you know?
Yeah.
So is there anything else? Hell yeah, but there'll probably come in further videos coming forward.
This was fun.
Yeah.
I think this has been long enough. A little over 2 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think as a reintroduction and here we go, that we cover quite a bit. Yeah. And for people who are like new and not aware who we are, to introduce ourselves, again, I think like if a person was to be like, who the fuck is these people? What they talking about? Yeah. I think that we've pretty much let them know if they wanted to follow us, what kind of shit that they'll be seeing and hearing and experiencing. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think we pretty much covered it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And if not, then y'all just tap into the Genesis effect.
Yeah,
you know that's going to tap into the podcast.
That's going to be real nice.
And if you ain't familiar with what we're talking about, just keep an eye out. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe. Add us on YouTube. Add us on your own channel. Keep an ear out, keep an eye out for further details.
Well, you can actually follow the Genesis Effect on Facebook currently. Yeah, that'll be a good way for you to keep up with some things that's going on.
There it is.
You know, so yeah, type in the Genesis Effect, search under pages, and go ahead and hit that follow button.
I know, right?
Because it's going to be getting popping over there.
Yeah, man.
Ow.
We got a lot of things coming.
I don't want to be hit with this.
A lot of things come.
Well.
Anything else?
No. This has been good. This is real. This was amazing.
Okay. Well, shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, you see what I'm going through. You know.
She been over me the whole time. It's your turn, finally. It was nice talking to y'all.
Yeah, man. Tap in. We back. We back. We're going to be tapping in.
Yeah.
You already know how we doing. If you don't, get prepared. You about to find out.
You about to fuck around and find
out. Yeah. It's going to go down. There will be more and more will be revealed. We got quite a few things coming. So tap in, subscribe, add, follow, all that good shit. And as always,
tell somebody you love them
in the language they can understand it in. Peace.